Hello everyone, TJV here, and oh boy do I have an update for you. A couple updates actually, and it comes from my last couple videos and live streams and comment sections and a little bit on Twitter, and I'm covering all of this in this video as quickly as I possibly can. This has to do with H2O Delirious, LizKatz, and Scott. We're going to start with H2O Delirious in terms of these updates, but real quick I'm going to throw this in the beginning of the video. Scott apparently has finally set up a GoFundMe. This GoFundMe is set up to have him have a little bit of support when it comes to court costs, legal fees. There's a huge description on the GoFundMe if you want to know exactly where your money is going to be going, but pretty much Scott needs help with legal fees because he's not H2O Delirious or LizKatz where they make a lot of money online. He's more of a normal working guy, and so he doesn't have all that extra money to go to court or fight criminal charges or whatever in order to get closer to getting his son back or seeing and talking to his son again. So Scott has set up a GoFundMe for anyone who sympathizes with him. Again, I'm not trying to hardcore advertise his GoFundMe. If Delirious and Liz set up something similar, I might think that's weird because they have a lot more money, but I would also advertise that as well, saying, hey, if you want to help them out, I will give you an easily accessible link down in the comments below, so anyone who wants to can access it. I'm not going to try to market his GoFundMe and try to get people to donate to it, but if you're wanting to, and I know since I uploaded on the channel Scott's side of the story, I will have the link accessible here down in the comments below or in the description. Click on the link, go to the GoFundMe if you want to support Scott's side, or not even support Scott's side, just give him a chance to go to court in the first place to fight for whatever he's trying to fight for. Let the courts decide who is wrong and right. It's kind of how I look at it. But anyways, moving on, the very next thing to talk about is H2O Delirious. I made a video recently saying he is threatening to sue me, and Delirious did leave a comment saying I would start saving up money, by the way, which is kind of an implied threat that he's going to sue me. Kind of similar to what Omrecker was saying back to me back in the day when he was definitely implying that he was going to sue me. A lot of people kind of barked at Delirious for this comment that he left on one of my videos, and even in my live stream chat, everyone sort of got the same idea that he was implying to sue, and I even asked my live stream chat, hey, do you think he's implying like to sue me, or is he implying save my money for like something else? And most people in my live chat thought he was implying that he was going to sue me. Well, he kind of backpedals on that the moment I release a response to him threatening to sue me or implying that he's going to sue me, and he says, well, technically I never threatened to sue you. And he also made another reply saying, I was just asking you to save money for Vanoss merch. I definitely think that this is a huge backpedal because his original comments where he, implies that he's going to threaten to sue wasn't very positive. And now he's kind of all positive and stuff, say, well, technically I never threatened to sue you, I just wanted you to save up for Vanoss crew merch. Also, my last live stream, Delirious was pretty chill and talked pretty normal, even though in the beginning of that stream I was like kind of getting into it on saying like it's kind of screwed up that he thinks that he needs to sue me, when I just try to be unbiased and neutral and I'm trying to just report on what's going on. Some of the things that I report on won't be in favor of both sides at times, but at the end of the day, I don't have any malicious intent to make someone seem worse than what they already are. I'm just being neutral and reporting the news that's going on with the Vanoss crew. So yeah, it's a little weird change up in Delirious. Maybe their focus is now Scott and not so much me, I guess, but I still don't believe that because of what LizKatz had to say in my last live stream. LizKatz kind of implied that she's going to be making a video and sort of putting everything out and everything, but she also implied that they're taking Scott to court, to like family court, and they're also going to have a criminal charge against him apparently. So it's kind of confusing why they would dump a lot of this information out there when it should be saved for the courts and stuff like that, but they have every right to do it because Scott came out with stuff. So if they want to come out with their own video, completely understandable. But again, just want to put it out there, I totally think Scott should have sat here and saved stuff for the courts and stuff like that, but he felt like he couldn't have done that at the time. He sort of needed to come out to the public to say it, and again, that was his decision, and that's how this whole Scott story ended up getting out on my channel in the first place. But again, same thing with Liz and Delirious. If they feel like they can wait for the courts and that's going to be a better outcome for them, I hope they do that. But Liz sort of implied that she is going to put out a video and she has every right to respond publicly to everything that Scott's put out. We're sort of waiting for that response and seeing how that is, but we do kind of have an idea of what might be talked about in there. Liz sat here and said that Scott doxed Zane, but then also said you too, TJV, implying that she's saying I dox Zane, which again, I'm kind of confused on that. If you want to imply Scott doxed Zane, you'd have to sort of explain how so? If you're saying it's because he sat here and said his name and his height or whatever, well then you're also going to have to explain, Liz, why you post your kids online. So are you doxing because you're a parent of your 2 little daughters, but you put your 2 little daughters out online? So Scott is the father of Zane, but he put his son out there online. You guys did the exact same thing. So are you doxing your own daughters as well?
You know, I was looking forward to this version of a pregnancy that I didn't get with my first child. I have a preteen, and when I had him, I was younger. I was about 20.
Again, you're going to have to show the difference between that and say why one's doxing and why the other's not doxing. Another example of Liz potentially doxing somebody is talking about Amy in her last video. She talked about drama. This was back clear in 2021, near the end of 2021. She talks about Amy, one of the people that was saying some stuff towards Delirious and accusing him of stuff, which again wasn't really well-known information for those 500,000 people who didn't really even know about that at the time, but she did put it out there. Is that considered doxing at all or not? There's also plenty of other info in there that Liz also dumped in there. So again, what is doxing and what is not doxing there? Hopefully Liz is transparent about this in her video and she makes that clear distinction, because again, if she says that I'm doxing or Scott's doxing, hopefully there's stuff to back that up. And again, I'm hoping for the best video coming from Liz and Delirious. I get comments all the time of people saying that I'm being super impartial to Delirious and Liz, but again, I'm only hearing Scott's side of the story, so when I go to talk about it, I talk about it as, okay, if what Scott is saying is true, it's really messed up for Delirious and Liz to be doing this. But again, if I hear the other side of the story and they're accusing Scott of stuff, I'll say the same thing about Scott. I'll say if Scott's really doing this or has done this or did do this, it's really messed up with Scott to do. But I think people down in the comments, and it might be some of you guys who are watching this video, just don't take a side right away. I think some people are. I think some people are jumping either to Delirious or Liz too quickly, or are they jumping to Scott too quickly. And all I'm saying is try to remain neutral. It's important to remain neutral in this because we don't know who's telling the truth, who has all the evidence, and who doesn't have any evidence to present. And again, it's going to look very, very different as time goes on. We still got to wait for Liz's video to come out. And when Liz's video comes out, it could change the entire landscape, or it could reassure everyone that maybe Scott is saying the right stuff about them. It could make Liz and Delirious look worse, or it could make them look better. We just do not know. People thought Scott was in the best of light, but my last live stream where he's gotten a little bit more emotional and he was kind of arguing with Liz and Delirious in the chats and also talking a lot and bringing up a lot of different points, people said that looked really bad on Scott, while other people said, okay, we just got more information from Scott and now we have to sort of digest and analyze all of it. So to wrap this up, yes, there was a lot that happened. Does Scott look better or worse? Up to your judgment. You're gonna have to go back and look at all of it, I guess. But he did set up a GoFundMe, and that's sort of the update in terms of what's going on with Scott. Delirious, is he actually suing me? It looks like he's not. It looks like he kind of backpedaled and backed up from that, but maybe he's just joking and he will hit me with a lawsuit at some point. Who knows? LizKatz, it seems like she is making a video, but she's also taking Scott to family court, and there's a criminal charge against Scott. So that's sort of what's going on with Liz. She did make a claim that me and Scott both doxed Zane, which again, I didn't really say any information about Zane. That was Scott in my interview with him, but again, if Scott saying his name and his height and his age is doxing, well then Liz has done something very similar on her socials with her daughters, posting pictures and videos, which Scott never posted any pictures or videos about Zane, but Liz did. So is that doxing, actually revealing pictures compared to Scott just saying the name and the height? So again, a lot of stuff to talk about down below. Is it not okay for the father to talk about his own son online, but it's okay for the mother to talk about her daughters online in any way she wants to, but it's not okay for the father to do it? A little bit of confusion there. It's definitely going to be up to discussion in the comments. Let me know, guys, down in the comments what you guys make of all of this. A lot of different updates. We are going to be waiting for LizKatz video to come out. Hopefully you guys like the video. Watch out for the next video or live stream that I end up doing. We'll get into a lot more of this, and if it's a live stream, oh boy, it'll probably be really chaotic yet again. Thank you guys for all watching, and I'll see you guys all next time. Peace.